To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling all over it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And, with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have any body to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
Welcome to the Daddy Mur and Nina show. We got a great guest on here today. It's Son with Son Brutal Pop.
Yay!
Yay! So how you doing, son?
I'm fine, thank you so much. I'm feeling great. And you?
Oh, I'm feeling okay. I'm a little tired.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah. I stay tired. Nina keeps me on my toes.
And I'm sick and tired. No.
She's just sick and tired of me.
Right.
Oh, wonderful to be married. Mm-hmm. So why don't you tell everybody about yourself there, son?
Yeah, well, hello, everybody. I'm Son. I'm a Franco-German singer, songwriter, guitar player. And right now I live in Paris in France, but when COVID is not too bad, I try to travel a lot around the world. And I make a kind of music that I call brutal pop, where I mix pop music like pop songwriting with elements of metal and heavy rock.
Awesome. Now, hey, son, when I first heard your song, and we actually aired it on one of our shows, right?
Yeah.
I could only describe what you do as a grunge growl. Do you have a better word for it?
No, that's amazing. I think that's it.
That's what I said. That's a wonderful pairing of words for that.
And
yeah.
I tell you what, how you go from a Britney Spears type pop sound, right, into that
I don't
grunge.
know about Britney Spears, but
well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But okay, Madonna type pop sound. How's about that?
Yeah, better.
Oh, okay. Well, once I apologize, and you're welcome. But anyway, and then you get into that growl, and then you come right back out of that growl. Isn't that pretty tough on your throat?
Not really, because I think the way I do the screaming thing is painless. I did that. I started screaming like that when I was 13 or something, and it always came pretty easily. So it's not something that I put too much effort in. And it's more the real singing that can sometimes like strain my voice when we're on tour, and it's always the same thing where you don't hear yourself when you're playing in a small club or something like that. But the growling, screaming thing is pretty easy, to be honest.
The grunge growl is easy.
Yeah, the grunge growl is easy, or should be at least.
Okay, well let's practice that. Let's see. I'm gonna do it.
Oh no. No. No.
No, that doesn't work.
Please don't torture people with that. Please.
So
I apologize. I apologize to you, son, for that.
It has to but it has to start somewhere. Actually, I teach screaming in a school in France once a month. It's a school for singers who want to like become professional singers, and it's funny because it always starts in a place where you're like, "What was that sound I just made?" But it has always potential to become better. So your grunge growl may get really huge and amazing.
That is amazing. I just think that that's incredible that you have a class for that.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's part of a huge training for people who want to become professional singers, right?
Yes, it's something that every singer should learn, especially also when they go into acting. And I myself, I am an actress, and I play in movies here in Europe, and oftentimes they call me to be an angry person or someone who at least is pretty intense, and knowing how to do any kind of scream without hurting your voice is so important.
Oh, absolutely, because that's your moneymaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as you being an actress, I seen a couple posts, I guess on Twitter or something, where you was at a red carpet event and
Yeah.
not too long ago. That was pretty awesome.
This year was a pretty good year for me here in France, especially, and in Germany, because there were movies coming out that are not now distributed in the US, so they're not even translated yet, but they were successful here. So I had Cannes Film Festival and stuff like that. But trust me, I always keep it rock and roll and keep it real even on the red carpet. So yeah.
I've always wanted to go to a Cannes Festival.
Oh,
I've always
yeah.
wanted to do that.
It's beautiful, and you can go as a movie lover, and it's not only not many people know it, but it's not only something for movie stars or things like that. It's just if you're a movie lover and you can pay for your accommodation and everything, you can just go and watch the movies actually.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, I recommend it because it's beautiful there and you have a great time, and it's always a nice place to be in summer.
So if we ever get the chance to go over to Europe, what area would you suggest us to go to?
I would suggest both my home countries. I mean, I'm really my dad was German, my mom is French, so I would say the Black Forest in Germany is such a beautiful place. It's kind of fairy tale-like with little castles, and it's really beautiful. And I would say in France you have Paris, obviously, and the Champagne region that is, somehow underrated, but you can, taste all this champagne, and it doesn't, in Champagne, it's not an expensive thing. It's like beer, so you can have good champagne.
Now, see, over here, champagne's pretty expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, if they export it, it must be super high-end stuff, but in Champagne, it's pretty like you go to someone's house and they just give you some. It's like beer,
Right?
So I would say but obviously in moderation, right? But,
Yeah, obviously. I don't know. You get a little tipsy and you start screaming like that at everybody.
At parties, you just start
oh
screaming
my
at
God.
people.
I personally, I don't drink alcohol at all because with my job, I would just saw too many people, fading away and because of alcohol. So I've been kind of vaccinated against it. But I think if I were to get tipsy, I would definitely start screaming at people.
I don't drink alcohol either, so I know what you mean. I like to enjoy and feel everything that's going on around me.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in the music industry, especially like in rock and metal music, and it's yeah, I've seen too many professional musicians getting sick and sometimes not surviving that kind of environment. So yeah, I try to keep it to 100% clean, you know.
Well, that's good. That's good, and good message out there for the younger generation. Keep it
Yeah.
clean.
Keep it clean.
Yeah.
Keep it clean. So, now you sent me one song. This is the song that you're promoting right now, correct?
Yeah,
And
I think so.
you,
Yeah, Golden. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
oh, I did. I thought that you might have forgotten the title there.
Yeah, I was not sure which one I was sending because I'm writing and in the process of starting the recording of my second EP, so I don't know the titles anymore. I get it all mixed up.
Oh, absolutely. I can see that. I'm sure, and I'm sure you sing all different songs all the time. So and talk to so many different people. It's hard to keep it all straight.
Yeah, especially because it's still indie and I still like manage the whole thing myself with my husband, who is my manager. So sometimes we just get it all mixed up and we need a little break. I'm sure you know how I feel, how we feel.
Oh, absolutely.
On a very small level, yes, compared to what you're doing. Yes,
I've talked to so many different people over the years, and no matter how famous they get, like I always say, they still put their pants on one leg at a time, and everybody's busy. And you only have 24 hours in a day to get everything done. And sometimes you just get so busy that you run 2-3 days together, and it's unbelievable, especially when, like, you artists are, sometimes in recording studios for, it seems, days at a time.
Yes, and it's so true. People. For example, when people think about like these huge artists like Beyonce or something, it's that I use that example because people bring her up a lot, being like some sort of a Wonder Woman or stuff like that. I think it's just, it's what you said is we put on our pants one leg at a time, and everyone does that, and it's good not to forget about it and also take your time, because I've gotten so many messages on my social media these days about people who are burned out and feel like they, especially since COVID, they do more and more and more and more, and feel like they are not functioning or something's wrong with them, but it's nothing's wrong. It's just at some point everybody needs to take a break or have like 1 or 2 days off or something like that.
Yeah, you got to take care of yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself, your music is going to suffer. That's for sure. Oh
yeah, and I've been there in 2017 or something like that. 5 years ago I've been there, and I had to learn to take care of myself and also my marriage.
Oh, absolutely.
That's something you have to take some time to just be together.
Well, I know I watched a couple of your. I watched the YouTube video with Golden. Also, you guys did an absolutely fabulous job with the videos.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so proud.
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking at your YouTube page right now. You got quite a bit of stuff in there.
Yes. We tried to do to produce a lot of things with my husband. We both direct and do all the videos together, and it's like a family affair.
That's what we do. We're married. Me and Daddy Mur. So yeah, it's nice to keep it together, because then you are together and you're experiencing the same things, and so you're in each other's world.
Exactly, and that's kind of what we wanted to do from the beginning. We've been together for quite some time now. We met each other at a pretty young age, but we were both touring musicians here in France. And at some point, my husband was kind of fed up with touring with bands, and he didn't feel that stuff anymore, and he wanted to do more management for me, and also keep on doing the video stuff. And so when we started to work together, we were so happy to spend time together again, because when you're touring musicians, I mean, it's everything is set up for failure for your couple, kind of, because we're all human, you know. So it's we felt so much better just doing it, and we've been working this way now for 4 years or something, and it's been like the best years of our life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, how long have you been in music? How long have you been practicing it?
I started music when I was less than 1 year old. Like, it's because I'm from a musician family. My mom is a singer in France, and I started to sing when I was 8 months old. And then I did the classical kind of thing, you know, classical piano lessons until I was 10, and singing in church, in the Black Forest, in the choir. And then I got into punk and rock and metal and all that stuff, and did a music school in Paris. That is, you do that after you graduate. It's kind of like a professional music school. Mm-hmm. And from then on, I got into musicals and that kind of shows to provide a living for myself. And on the side, I would always try to develop my own thing, my brutal pop thing. And eventually it took over the rest. So,
well, it sounds like you're doing what you were meant to do and what you actually love doing. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And it's also thanks to my husband and to us working together. But it started with me playing Edith Piaf in a French musical, and, you know, doing stuff that I was not used to, exposing myself to kinds of music that I didn't really enjoy, but still doing it kind of helped me to meet the right people and things like that, here in France at least. But yeah.
Oh yeah, and you know, we all have to do things that we don't enjoy, unfortunately, but it kind of builds us. It helps create who we are. We get those extra experiences.
Yes. Oh yeah, totally. I think it's important, and also it especially for performance artists, I think it's great to, when you come from the rock world, it's good to do something that's kind of musical related, or in that kind of showy stuff, you know, like, or circus, or something that teaches you what a real good performance is, and that it's not just putting your foot up on the, you know, on the speaker. And so for me, it was cool to learn and to learn that kind of stuff too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure you can use those skills in everyday life as well, right?
Yeah. Somehow, yeah.
You always have to have somebody that you have to pretend to like somewhere along the lines. So some good acting skills comes in handy.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
To navigate the world in general, that's so true.
Especially nowadays, yeah. Everybody's kind of, most people I meet are kind of a putz, as you would put it, I think, sometimes. Yeah. So, true. Hey, son, would you like to go ahead and play your song?
Oh, yeah, I would love that.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and introduce it, and then I'll just push the play button. I have the easy part.
So this next song is called Golden. I wrote it while I was confined, and I hope it brings everyone who listens a little bit of joy and good energy.
Golden, golden forever. Forever.
It was Sun with Golden right here on the Daddy Mur Show on STL Hits Radio. Hey, Sun, we're back. How you doing again?
Yeah, I'm still fine. I'm great. I'm actually feeling better and better talking with you guys.
Oh, I'm so glad.
We're such rays of
That
sunshine.
makes my heart feel all warm and fuzzy.
Uh,
Well, I hope you're enjoying yourself because I know we're really having fun with you. You're an awesome guest.
I'm so happy. I'm always happy to connect with the US, connect with you guys, speak English. I can't wait to come back actually to the US at some point and travel a bit more around the world. I miss traveling.
Well, when you come to the US, you got to let us know. That way we can come see you.
Oh yes, definitely. You know what? I was supposed to come before all the COVID thing started. Obviously, I had my plane ticket. I had everything. I had to meet people in the US to make things happen. And yeah, then COVID happened, and it was a real pain to get my ticket back, to get the money from my flight back. And since then, I haven't been able to come, and I'm really eager to come over.
Yeah, what area are you going to be going to when you come over to the U.S.?
Obviously, mainly I will focus on the New York and L.A. because it's the two places where I have people to meet and people I know and where I can stay.
Absolutely.
But I've been connected to lots of really cool people in Nashville, so I want to come back. North Carolina also. I mean, I've been really enjoying myself in the U.S., to be honest.
Well, you get to Nashville. That's only 4 hours away from us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my God. And you know what? I mean, I had such a great time in Nashville and in the South. So I definitely want to come more to the South also, because I feel I was a real fan of the Southern hospitality thing. That was amazing. So, yeah.
Was you a fan of the barbecue?
Oh my God, I've had the barbecue. No, I mean, that's unbeatable. You know, that's like the best barbecue ever. My husband and I, we couldn't stop. So at some point, I had to keep, my weight in check. But no, I'm just kidding.
No, it's true. That barbecue sauce is delicious, but it's very filled with sugar.
Ain't nothing like having candy-coated meat.
Yes.
We love it.
Oh, I love it too. I think that's the best thing in the world. Like, that's how barbecue is supposed to be,
Have you ever had pork steak? Barbecued pork steak?
Not steak, no. I think I had like some pork chops or something like that, but not steak.
See, where we're from, pork steaks it was originated here.
In the St. Louis area.
In the St. Louis area. And not many places outside of St. Louis or Missouri have it.
Wow.
Yeah, we go. I went down to Florida, and I went in the grocery store in Florida and asked them for a package of pork steaks, and they looked at me like I was nuts.
Oh, and I have to try it now.
Yeah, you're gonna have. When you go to the southern states, you got to ask them for a pack of pork chops. You got to go to a grocery store and say, "Hey, give me a pack of pork pork steaks."
And gooey butter cake. That's particular to this area too.
If you like to eat 12 pounds of butter with some flour mixed in it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I love that. I mean, I am a huge pastry person. I mean, I come from the Black Forest and Paris, so everything in both places are very different when it comes to food, but it's very heavy in butter and good stuff. So I'm your girl for that kind of stuff.
Oh, and by the way, your English is very good.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy. It's a weird mix. I know that I have somehow a little bit of a German and a little bit of a French accent because, yeah, I'm a mix of both. So I guess it's my little original blend. But yeah, I'm so happy, and I've always written lyrics in English. I don't know why. It just came kind of easily. I think because obviously we've been so influenced by English and American bands all over the world that writing lyrics in English just kind of came naturally. But yeah, it feels very natural.
Now, isn't that amazing? You guys, you say that you're influenced by a lot of American bands, but the Americans say that they're influenced by a lot of British bands, like the Beatles or
European.
The Who, whoever else. Well, I don't know. The Who wasn't. Is Who British?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
Yeah, but all of them kind of. It started with the British stuff, but when I was a little girl, I was already late on the grunge thing had passed. I mean, my big brother, he was in the whole grunge scene, and that kind of inspired me. So I got inspired by bands like Soundgarden and obviously the whole Nirvana thing, and even if I was late, on Pearl Jam and all that kind of rock music that I think is pretty, only American bands could do that kind of music, I think. And I'm a huge lover for obviously the Beatles and all that, but also the British metal scene that started it all, and Sabbath and all of that. But I think when it comes to sound and production, like the US bands took it to another level, and I don't know, I really got influenced by that, and I think lots of people got influenced by that American sound.
This song Golden kind of reminds me, it has a Evanescent. Have you ever heard of that band? Evanescence?
Oh,
if
yeah.
I could say it right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, with totally.
Yeah.
Bring to life and that song. Yeah, I know which band you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it has that type of feel. Just the song has that type of feel to it, and I totally love it.
All I know about it is it makes me want to dance and cry at the same time.
Oh, that's so amazing, because that's kind of exactly the vibe I try to go for in everything I do, is always keep something like super real, but still bring positive vibes with it. Oh, I'm so happy that you felt that way.
I had to laugh because he's not really that type of emotional kind of guy, and him saying that, it made me laugh because I'm looking at his face. You know what I'm trying to say.
She just laughs when she looks at my face.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but it's. I think I'm kind of like that too. I think that's why it comes out in my music. I'm not really an easy crier, or I like to keep my emotions inside.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not. I'm not very. Yeah. I will not easily show it, but then when it's in the music, I always feel like. I don't know. I want to let it out, but still I want it to be uplifting somehow, So,
well, you can definitely tell that you put all your emotions into your music.
Oh, absolutely.
It's undeniable.
And after your explanation of, teaching the vocal class and hearing how you came up with that, when we were listening to the song, I literally got goosebumps. Because it did. It's a new level. Whenever you're connecting with the person and then you hear their music, it's a totally different emotional level.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad about that, and it's especially because the song is about when you have nothing, and when you're in a small place, or in a place where you feel trapped, and you have to make up a new world for yourself, or at least to make something up in your head, just to blind yourself from the reality you're actually in.
Yes.
That was what I kind of felt, and what I kind of saw around me during COVID a lot, and that's why I wanted to write this song, to create something that might connect with people. And I got so many messages. It's crazy. Like, I got lots of messages from people telling me that it kind of did something or helped them, in, even if it's a small way, but just, it helped them through something. And that makes me happy. Or even just it gave them goosebumps. I'm like, yes. Amazing.
Well, that's what you're looking for, that emotional, physical connection to your listeners. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I find a lot of artists, and if I'm wrong, let me know. But I find that a lot of artists, they feed on the feedback from the consumer.
Yes.
So that makes the next thing that you do, you want to make it a little bit more exciting. You want to make it a little bit more this. You want to make it a little bit more that. And so you wind up growing because of that feedback.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's and because especially when you can't connect physically, like right now, where we can't tour or not much at least, I feel it's super important to have a strong like emotional connection and so yeah, every time I get feedback and I listen to it and I kind of try to get what the audience would want more of or less of, etc. It's important to listen to that. It's so true.
It is important to listen to that, but it's also important to do what you love, not just what they love.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess in my case, I'm that kind of person. I will do what I want anyway. So.
Right. Independent woman.
Well, I live with one of those.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. You need to throw a little, a little spice in there.
Okay, for anybody just chiming in, we're talking to Sun with her brutal pop music. We featured her song Golden right here on STL Hits in the Daddy Mur and Nina show. And Son, I don't want to put you on the spot, but we're collecting new station IDs from everybody. Would you mind doing the station ID for us?
Yes, well, I would love to.
Awesome.
Well, kind of give her an idea of what you would like for her to hear.
Yeah.
You know, hi, this is Sun. You're listening to STL Hits and the Daddy Mur show or something like that. I'm not
the
a
Daddy
good
Mur and Nina show.
I'm not a good script writer.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I could do one of those. I could do it in French.
Do it in English and then do it in French. We'll play both of them.
Okay. Hi, this is Sun, and you're listening to STL Hits. No, it's not. Wait,
you had it right.
Is it right?
STL Hits.
Is that the way you pronounce it?
Yes.
Okay.
You had it perfectly.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so then again, let's do it en français. Hi, this is Sun, et vous écoutez STL Hits.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like it better in French.
Oh, that's cool.
French is a beautiful language.
Yeah, I was about to ask it. Is it true that people in America think French is beautiful?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. That's one of the sexiest languages in the world.
It's a very eloquent language. It's the only language in the world where you can be chewing out somebody, cussing them out, and calling them all kinds of bad names, and it sounds like you're handing them a bunch of flowers.
Yeah, that's so true. And I'm Franco-German, so I have German in there, and I can tell you the difference between both languages is, it's day and night.
Well, German's a very harsh language.
Yes.
So you think everybody's mad at you no matter what.
Right.
Yeah, that's what everybody's telling me. And it's kind of true, You say the same thing in French and in German, and it's, doesn't come out the same way.
And then English is just like kind of middle of the road everywhere.
Yeah,
so.
It's pretty neutral, but I love English. It's one of my favorite languages.
Is it?
Yeah, totally. Because it's simple, yet you don't need many words. In France, for example, if you want to tell something, you have to describe it, and there are lots of words involved. And in German, it's the total opposite. And I think like English is cool because it sounds beautiful. It's not too aggressive, but you don't need too many words still. So it's good language.
That's true. And we mash it up like crazy. Every year, things change. All of the new, what do they call that?
Slang.
Slang. Yeah, the new slang that comes out every year.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, the slang's the hard part, even for us, because we can go to a different state and they use their slang that they're used to, or their common words that they're used to that I've never heard. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm sure it's the same way in other countries too.
Yeah, kind of, but it doesn't change too much. Like, for example, in France, you have the southern accent and stuff, but they don't add new words. It's more... maybe in Paris there will be new hip words, but it's not too much, I have to say.
Well, here I think everybody just wants to make up something and say, "Hey, I made that up."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the words, like the description, grunge growl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, that if you want to use that description, that's your description.
Oh,
son.
that's so kind. Thank you. I love it. I love it. It will be your grunge brow.
Okay.
Oh man.
So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody where they can find your music, and give yourself a really nice plug. Tell them where they can find you on your
where they
social
can
media
buy
and
it.
stuff like that.
Yes. So my music is available on every platform. You can find me as Sun. But if you type in Sun and Brutal Pop, you will definitely find me everywhere. My first EP is called Brutal Pop. And my second one that I'm working on will be called Brutal Pop 2. And you can find me on YouTube as Sun Brutal Pop, on Instagram, on Facebook, and you can buy an actual CD on Bandcamp. So you just go to bandcamp.com and type in Sun Brutal Pop, and you can find you can buy an EP from me. It's I sent them out myself, and you get a little letter. You can get a little autograph, and right now I am working on more merch, on brooches and T-shirts and stuff like that. So, but if you want to buy something, Bandcamp definitely is the place to be.
And where can they buy that merch?
That merch is going to be on Bandcamp starting from in February. I will drop my first official merch on the Bandcamp, Sun Brutal Pop, and the CD is also on Bandcamp. So join me there, please.
Yes.
I know I will.
Thank you, and I'll send you a little special something. I have some goodies for my packages. I love doing that stuff. I love when I can do it. I love sending everything out myself, and I love scrapbooking and stuff like that. So I always make some cute package for everybody.
You and Nina would get along great in person.
That is so generous of you. Yes.
We have an entire room dedicated to arts and crafts in our house.
Oh, that's amazing. That's what every house should have one, because
oh yeah,
it's so important to make things, be creative, and also we talked about that connection with your fan base.
Yes.
For example, even as an artist, here in France, I've been on The Voice several years ago. So when that happened, I had kind of a wave of success, and then it went back down. And then last year with the movie, it went back up. But one thing that never changes is that people who will buy an actual physical CD or merch piece, I think they deserve the best treatment and the best package ever. So I always try to figure out ways to give them something personal,
Well, that's amazing.
And that's what art is all about. It's about being personal.
Yes.
It's taking that little piece of you and creating something, and it going out into the world. And I mean, the amazement whenever you hear a song for you, somebody driving by and playing your CD or something.
Oh my God, that's so I mean that's the best thing. This year, last year, I mean in 21, I had this thing where I got to play my song live on French national TV at prime time, and it was the song "I Killed My Man." And I was so amazed and happy, because especially France is third world for rock and roll. It's not a rock and roll country. So for me, that was a huge accomplishment. And it's always great to know people listen to your stuff and that kind of. But the people who buy the CDs, they definitely deserve the best package and best treatment. And sometimes people even write back, so that starts some funny some funny things.
And you read everything, and
totally. I try, and my husband also, when I can't read, he reads and tells me about it, and definitely,
Oh, that's
I love
awesome.
that kind of stuff. If you have an arts and crafts room in your house and you love scrapbooking and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's just such a pleasure to just make something with your hands.
Yes, and I love to make mosaics. I like to do mosaics in clay.
Wow.
And I on a small level, I know what you're talking about. It's so fulfilling.
Yes, and mosaics is a labor of, you have to be very thorough and,
Yes,
it
takes a
takes,
while.
yeah. So kudos for that, because I know that that's something I haven't started yet because I might be too impatient for that.
Well, you wouldn't be too impatient to get the hammer out and break the glass.
Right.
No, that's the part I would do very well, I think.
You could yell at it while you're breaking it.
Yeah, just do
Yeah.
your grunge growl.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the amazing part of this job. Every time we do interviews, I feel so I guess special, or it's such a special moment for me because I'm learning so many new things, and if it weren't for doing this, I wouldn't know about brutal pop or trip hop like the last person that we interviewed. It's just so neat to hear all this stuff that's out there that you don't even know that's out there.
Yeah, and thank you for having me, because I think that's the kind of interview that always feels the best. It's when you actually get to know someone, or people like you around the world, and you have a real conversation, and it's not just, okay, so I'm so and so and this is my thing and you can listen to it here and blah. I just love it, and taking the time. Thank you. It's amazing.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Yes, thank you.
And you being on here, we're humbled to have you here. So on this show, on the Daddy Mur and Nina show, we've always, even years ago when I was on a different radio station with the show, I've always tried to make it like your friends sitting at a table having a nice cup of tea or coffee or something like that, but making sure that your fans get to know a little bit about the person behind the music or the person behind the book, because I've interviewed authors, I've interviewed sound men, all kinds of people.
Wow, that's amazing too. I think they need so much love too, especially the sound people and technicians right now. I have a huge warm thought for all the people who work in sound and cameramen and people like that who are out of jobs.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I know Hollywood's kind of in that category right now because of all the viruses and everything, where a lot of people are not able to work.
Yeah.
Wanting to work.
Well, hopefully we'll get back to normal pretty soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yes, and that's why I really a warm feeling out to them, because I know it's kind of a bad time right now.
Oh, absolutely. And that goes for pretty much a lot of the industries out there. People are wanting to work and needing the money, and they just can't get back because of COVID.
Yeah, it's really bad, and I feel like especially in those times, it's really cool to have conversations like this one and connect, and not forgetting that it's important that we people stay connected and kind of united and help each other out, because that's the only thing we can do right now.
Oh, you're such a wonderful person. I could tell that.
I know. I can see why Stefan likes you so much.
Oh, that's so. Yeah, I'm so grateful.
Well, now we are. I don't know where I was going with that thought. Have you ever had a I had a
Don't you hate it when you lose
bubble.
Don't you hate it when you lose your train of thought right in the middle of the sentence?
Oh my God,
that was at the beginning.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time, especially for me post-COVID. I'm kind of sometimes I start a sentence and then I'm like, what was I? Oh, okay, whatever.
Right.
Well, we've only got a few minutes left, so if you want to plug yourself again, son, go ahead. If you want to give anybody shout-outs, feel free to do so. And, even after the show, I hope we'll be talking again soon.
Oh, I hope so too. Thank you so much. I actually can't wait to come to the US, come to the South, and check out all that gooey butter cake stuff you talked about.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I think some places ship it out. I don't know if they go all the way over there, but
Well, we're gonna have to start making a food show, because when we was interviewing Tatiana Owens, we was talking about cookies. Now with Son, we're talking about butter cake.
there's this place in St. Louis called Gooey Louie's.
That
Gooey
sounds.
And they make the best. So
It sounds like a song itself, Gooey Louie's.
Yeah,
Gooey
Louis. That's amazing. I mean, I definitely can't wait to come, and I've been wanting to come. I've always been very attracted to the U.S. I have to say, since I was a young child. I don't know, sometimes you can't really explain things, but I can't wait to come over again and to meet you. And until then, I hope that everything is going to work out well music-wise. I'm starting to record my new EP with Andrew Sheps, who is like this really amazing producer and engineer, who has worked like with lots of people I love, with Metallica, and with, he's an amazing record producer. So we're going to record in February the second EP, Brutal Pop 2. And until now, my first EP, Brutal Pop, and the single Golden are available everywhere. And if you want to buy something, if you want to buy a CD on Bandcamp, Son, Brutal Pop, you'll definitely get a little letter, a little scrapbook letter, and a little bit of something I made with my hands. Yeah, and I just hope that everyone's doing well in these times. That's kind of my message.
yes, and that is so sweet. I don't know too many people who probably are as busy as you are who would do something like that with the scrapbooking and sending that out.
Yeah,
but I'm a workaholic, and I always I don't sleep a lot. I love that stuff. I love to connect with people, so I love to. Yeah, I just love that. So this is filling me up so much more than just sleeping 2 more hours. So I love doing it.
What time is it there?
Right now it's 7 in the evening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we're noon here.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why it was so hard to get together, was because of the time difference, and that happens a lot. And a lot of times you gotta, everybody's busy, whatever. Then with the time difference between here and overseas, it's sometimes hard to schedule. But we finally got you on here, and I'm so glad that you made it onto the Daddy Mur and Nina show.
Yeah, I'm so glad too. I mean, I love you guys. I actually can't wait to meet you in person.
Well, we love you too, and we can't wait to meet you in person.
Absolutely.
We'll take you up inside the arch so you can see the whole city from the top of the arch.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing.
The arch.
And there's a restaurant right across the street from the arch called the Millennium. It's inside the Millennium Hotel, and I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but the building is round, and it's about 20 stories high or so, 25 stories high. Wow. And when you're up in the restaurant, the entire restaurant floor spins. So as you're eating, you're seeing a different view, of St.
Like a
Louis
panoramic.
about every 15 minutes.
So cool. Yes, okay, I want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a couple of cool things around here. Just a few.
Yeah, then the boats on the river, on the Mississippi River, stuff like that.
I mean, yeah.
the country's best zoo.
Yeah.
Or it used to be. I don't know if it's still considered the best zoo or not.
I don't think it is, but it is pretty fantastic. They have a lot of neat things over there.
Wow.
So all kinds of stuff to see. So when you get into our neck of the woods, you give us a holler.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
And
definitely.
it was so lovely to talk to you. I really, whenever I hear your music, I'm going to take a different take to it. Because, you know, how you have that connection, like we talked before.
Yes.
And I enjoy it as is.
I'm already so glad for that. And thank you so much, also for taking the time and for doing this show. And thank you to your audience also for listening and everything.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, thank you for coming on. We really, really loved having you here, and keep us really posted. You know,
I will do, and I will send you a little special package. Trust me, we have to exchange addresses later. And
Absolutely.
absolutely.
That's awesome.
So yeah, just if you want to hang on Skype after we close out the show, we can give you
Yeah.
our address, and you can give us yours, and we'll
Totally.
you know, we're not going to do that publicly.
No, we won't.
We believe in the privacy of our artists.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. All right. Well, you've been listening to the Daddy Mur and Nina Show right here on STL Hits. Have a great day, and I'm going to go ahead and play your song on the outro.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me again.
Yes.
We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Go down for